After studying some indie hacking apps onboardings on my previous video, I decided that I needed to redo my onboarding. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through what I did to redesign my whole onboarding process, hoping to improve my conversion rate. In the analysis from the previous video, I noticed a few things. A lot of apps use haptic feedback, they use a lot of mascots, they use a lot of more animations that I was using on my current onboarding. Pretty much my current onboarding was shit. I was just using 3 screens that barely said the user something. I had in my head that a shorter onboarding was going to be a better thing. That just meant that new users didn't know how to use the application and ended up with me having more and more trials that get cancelled. After studying those 3 applications that I used as an example on my previous video, I went through the Notion page and I wrote all of the small details that I could find on each screen of them and decided to start designing my own on Figma. I switched my logo from a simple powerlifting plate combined with a camera to a kettlebell with massive arms that it just looks like a great mascot. This is something that Duolingo popularized and I think that LiftUp did very well. Instead of using plain red in the background of my applications, I'm gonna start using a gradient. I realized a majority of them use a gradient, and particularly Live Reset looked amazing with the black and white gradient that they have, especially on the buttons. I'm not a designer, so it took me quite some time to get a decent enough looking like gradient, and I'm still not sure if it's okay, but at least it's good enough in my opinion, and that's the one that I'm gonna start testing on the new onboarding. With this new logo, I use Midjourney to create an animated version of the logo moving, and I'm gonna be switching between using that one and the static one during the onboarding. Sometimes I'll use the moving one, sometimes I'll use the static one. I also don't want to overuse the animation and make the user feel a bit uncomfortable about how it's moving. In the future, I want to convert this to a Lottie file because I just think that the frames per second looks so much better when you use Lottie files, but right now I can't afford it, or at least I can't justify that. I decided to split my onboarding in 3 phases: getting to know the powerlifter, customizing your own camera, and creating your own lifting stats style. For the first part, it's just about asking questions about who the powerlifter is. Are they male or female? What category do they compete in? What are their strength goals? Basic things that I want to know about the user to make the user feel that it's a much more personalizable experience. Second phase is when they're building their own camera. The idea of this app is that they can use this camera much more straightforwardly than the normal camera app that they have on their phone, and I want them to understand how ready from the start it's going to be, because I don't think it was quite clear right now. This camera is optimized not only so that you can save a lot more videos because the videos are being compressed automatically, but it also helps that you can set up the lens that you're going to be using from default to record your set, so that you just have to open the application and start recording. The last part is about customizing the style that you want to save the lifting stats with. I think this is a great selling point, and I didn't explain enough how important it is that you create and customize your own style, since this is how it's going to be shown on top of the video on your lift. The biggest difference here is that during the onboarding, the users are going to be building the camera settings and the style settings, making them feel that they're actually setting up their own customizable camera rather than them just opening an application and seeing what the hell it does. This redesign is more about making the app look more professional and make the user understand what does the application does. I'm really happy how it turns out, and I genuinely think it's going to boost my conversions for new users, since I am getting some downloads with barely any marketing. My next video is going to be about how am I going to localize my application and what difference does it make if it's localized or it's not really localized at all. If you want to follow along with my journey, remember to subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!